Yeah, Jeff, we've got to stop having, you know, controversial discussions before I hit live.
Yeah, that's right.
So, guys, what's up? What's going on out there today? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Another episode of What's the Right Shot? We're at number 398. Jeff, today is, man, that freight train it crested and it was going downhill. Now it's like the roller coaster where they actually go inverted.
Oh yeah.
And
It's gonna bury nose first, man.
that's right. 400 on Friday. 400
Man.
on Friday. I don't know how we make a big party out of it, but we will. We'll figure out something to do.
Figure it out.
Hey, Mark, good morning. Gary, is it running? I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but if it's me and Jeff, barely. Barely. Guys, I got a little something to show you this morning. This picture was taken about 20 minutes ago.
That shot never gets old.
No. And, Rich, Lefty, good morning.
Morning, Rich. Great work yesterday, Rich.
That's what I heard, Rich. Nice going. Good going. About 20 minutes ago, I took this picture. What I do is I walk outside and turn left out of my gate and walk about 20 seconds. And then I turn left again. And this is what I see.
And then is that when you drop to your knees and give thanks?
Well, that's when I drop to my knees. But I say to myself, Brent, don't screw this up.
Exactly.
Which I've been known to.
Yeah, like I said, that view never gets old, and I love that walk myself. That is just the best walk in the world.
Yeah. No, I think we're forecast for 83 degrees today.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, spring has sprung here for sure. And we got a bunch of fruit trees in that front yard, Jeff, and they're right now, especially that orange tree is in full blossom. It's just so fragrant. It's a great time of year here.
Most important is the key lime.
Yeah, that's true. Fortunately, the key lime doesn't really produce until the fall, so we're having to do store-bought limes for that. Oh, you mean the gin and tonic about 4:30 in the afternoon? That's the one you're talking about.
There we go. There's the connection, right?
Okay, all right, good. I got
little Hendrix and Fever Tree and a little squeeze of that key lime, baby.
Yeah. There you go. Let's talk tennis, Jeff.
All right.
Would that be okay? Let me put up.
Ready.
Whoa, what is this? Hold on for a second. Let me get rid of that.
More of us.
Let's do this. Yeah, no, hold on. I got a video I want to play today, Jeff. I can find it. And there it is. So one of the things, Jeff, that we talk about, which is such is disguise. And disguise is racket prep setup.
Mm-hmm.
So that your opponent is not 100% sure what shot you're going to play, and hopefully creates a little uncertainty on their part in terms of their court position, in terms of their anticipation. However, you want to make sure that in your mind, you're not setting up your mind to be disguises, but let's see, here comes the sub menu of shot choices.
Right. Yeah.
And so what I feel is that when I go into disguise, I've already picked out what it is I'm going to play. So really what I'm trying to do in terms of the sub menu of shot choices, I'm trying to create that in their mind of what, and I'll never forget when Guy Fritz came to Berkeley Tennis Club years ago with Coco Vandeweghe. He was coaching her then.
Yeah.
And this was in the 18s, and she was still maybe only 16, 17, but she was already really good. And he had some issue with I don't know, he said, hey, look, can you go out there and hit with her and play some points? And I said, sure. So we go out in the BTC, Berkeley Tennis Club, court 3. And court 3 is that one where there's that big kind of I guess, 5-foot wall right
The wall,
next to it.
right.
Yeah. And she's serving from the club side towards the ad side to me, towards the wall. And that little girl is kicking me into the wall with a topspin serve. And I come out of the thing going, it's unreturnable. And I go to him, look, I mean, she's ready to go play doubles in the tour right now.
Yeah. That
First of all, she can serve like that. Okay, that's going to work. And then she'd come in behind it, and I'd float some kind of crappy return back, and she'd just technically hit perfect forehand and backhand volleys. And I go, she might not be ready for singles, but my God, is she ready for doubles? Anyway, that's not the point I want to make. The point I want to make is that I go watch her first round match, and I'm sitting there with Guy, and we're watching it, and her opponent is over there disguising a shot that she's about to play. And Coco's anticipating as if she was about to play the shot. So she was thinking in her own mind, well, if I was that girl, here's the shot I would play.
Right.
And it was completely different than what this girl was about to play. So I just think that disguise has a lot of benefits in terms of really screwing up your opponent for them knowing what's likely to come. And I
agree.
So let's play the video, and we'll go through it to the point where I pause the video and ask the viewer, Jeff, what's the right shot? And before we get to that, of course, there'll have to be a little promotion for something, a little teaser. Okay.
All right. Look at you. Look at you with the fancy hands.
Okay. So there's several shot choices here.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is that Keith has got a racket prep that the guys over there don't know. Is it up the line? Is it between the two guys? Is it a roller across court? Is it a lob cross court? Is it a lob up the line?
Right.
Is it a drive right at the guy in front of him? Is it a short little chipper underneath the guy who's cross court?
Right.
I mean, are there any other shot choices that I didn't mention? There probably are.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that was about 7 or 8.
Yeah. My top 2 are the little flip over the guy on the ad court. So just over his backhand side. Doesn't even have to be a clean winner. Just get him stretched out to hit a high backhand.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be enough because you would naturally then close to the center.
Okay.
Right. Once you see that. Or little soft flip cross court, stretch the guy out.
Okay. And some of this, Jeff, is based on the shots that he's played already.
Yeah.
Or, what's led up to this shot during the point.
Right.
So with all that said, yes, a little tough love in the afternoons. If I go live, it's at 2:30. If it's a pre-record, I upload it around 2:00. Actually, I schedule it for 2:00. But clearly, that if you're not embracing, putting some work into the mindset skills, the mental toughness skills required to become a great player, and really the definition to me, Jeff, of a great player is someone who's maxing out their top skill level, whatever that currently is, over and over and over again, so that they're not all over the map in terms of, God, I just played a great point. Now I just played a crappy point. Now I just played a mediocre point. Now I played a crappy point. So you really want to get the mindset skills organized so that you can play at the top of your skill level. And once you do that, once you're consistently playing at the top of your skill level, that's when you are really breeding some strong confidence that you can really trust what you're about to do in the next point. You can really trust that whatever you've decided how to start the next point, you've got a really good chance of winning the point. And once you do that, that's when you can start to move the needle up in terms of skill level. So the best place to start is right here, is with the 80-20 reality, which is between points. How are you managing the 80% of the match, all that time we spend on the court in a match when we're not playing points? And if you do that well, that's a great start for being able to be able to start playing consistently at the top of your skill level. If you've not picked up my course yet on this, it's free. Just going over to WebTennis.com. It describes my 4-step between points routine. You can hybridize your own, but this is a great template to start with. WebTennis.com. Here's that point, Jeff. And I think you've got 3 players in the court here who eventually won world doubles titles. In fact, you do. I know that.
Yeah.
So this is a decent level of doubles. And oh my gosh, Jeff, I'm looking back at my partner.
The horror.
I know. And I'm looking at the shot that's going right at the player diagonally from me. And I know right about here, yeah. I know I've got to be on high alert. And the ball's up there. And fortunately, it's not crushed. However, hands are soft. I'm ready to reflex. In fact, I get in the way of it. I sort of invite it.
Yep.
Take a step to my right and go, bro, let's go. What do you got?
Dance.
Let's do it. And you know what? It's actually not a bad shot on his part.
Oh, it's a great shot.
But I think it's unexpected that it's coming back.
Definitely, and definitely the little dumper.
But it's I don't think I could have intended it any better.
Right.
And I think we stopped the video right about here. And so I'd ask you guys, what do you think is the right shot? I mean, just don't agree with Jeff just because it's Jeff Jacklich, all right? I mean,
and
what
part
shot?
Part of it is this. Part of my conclusion on the two options that I've chosen is that he didn't take a full backswing. He just kind of laid the racket out to the right. So that's a guy, either again flipping it up over the ad player's backhand side, or again a little flip cross court. Not necessarily a topspin roller, just a little flip. It could be flat, but just a kind of a dead ball cross court.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is you've chosen 2 extremes in terms of court coverage, right? So you've chosen, hey, the guy who's cross court. I mean, to me, in my mind, the guy who's cross court, Paul, he's got about 75% of the court to cover.
He's got a lot of court to cover, right? Yeah. Which is why this shot doesn't need to be. It doesn't in the cross court play and the flip over on the lob too. Neither one of them has to be great.
Yeah.
All he has to do cross court is make sure that it's soft enough to play underneath him, and cross court make him play it from below the level of the net. And again, the flip lob. Again, this is where players, I think, whether he chooses this or not, but in the flip lob, when you're doing that, especially in this scenario where you have access to your opponent's high backhand, right? And so it doesn't have to be a clean winner. Can I just get him stretched out on a very high backhand? Because that's what we're looking. We're looking for something that comes off the racket kind of weak, kind of a nothing ball, and that puts in the high backhand puts you in prime position to close out the point on the next ball, possibly.
Yeah, and what you're describing, Jeff, is a 2-shot mindset.
Right.
You're not thinking either one of those shots, the way you just described them, has nothing to do with hitting an outright clean winner.
No, neither one's a finish.
Yeah. So here it is. And you and Bill Peak are absolutely correct. And it ends up being a clean.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
No. But I think that the disguise is such that Paul, who's cross court, has to be thinking, I can't cheat on this. No. I can't just automatically go for what shot was actually hit. I've got to honor. And I'm telling you right now, if the roles were reversed right here, if Paul Wolf is over here, I'm telling you 99.9% of the time, he's going to come around the right side of that ball, the outside corner, and he's going to hit it with a racket prep that is probably starting right about here. At the most, there's just no racket back.
Yeah.
And it's pure disguise, and he'll put this thing over here.
Right.
And it's just his signature. I mean, he does this on the return to serve. He plays the deuce side over here, and he could do this forehand all day long with almost no backswing at all.
Right.
It's really maddening.
Right.
Really, really maddening. Unless he's on, unless I'm on his side of the court, then it's fine. So anyway, guys, look, and I just want you to be thinking too that if you're, as Jeff says, if you're going to put this thing over the guy's backhand, you're way more accurate doing it with actually more of an open racket face.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not a topspin lobby. Just
no, you don't need to get under it and roll this thing viciously.
Nope.
You could just 2-shot mindset. Hey, if it's short, what the heck? I mean, I don't know who it was that told me once, Jeff. Some guy just diabolically said, hey, don't make your lob so good that the guys have an automatic cross. Make it just maybe to where the guy, but it's going to be to the backhand, but the guy has to go take it. He has to take it, because if he doesn't take it, then it is by him.
Right. The perfect is getting it in that gray area where the opponent on the deuce side here is not sure whether his partner is going to cover it or not.
Exactly.
And he starts bleeding into that open court. Now I've got two players. I've got the whole team over in the ad side. Because we're not sure yet. And so if you can create that kind of confusion and or doubt, then you've got half the court to work with on the next ball.
Exactly.
And so that's why, again, just like you said, you hit it too clean too many times, then they'll make adjustments and do that. But if you can keep it in that gray area where the guys are just a little bit stuck between the dock and the boat, then it gets tougher to, for them to take that away from
you. Yeah. Good. Let's play this point in real time. No more chatting, Jeff, for a few seconds here. And we'll just, and which I know is tough. We'll go straight to the second serve.
Perfect.
There you have it, guys.
I'm going to say this too. I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to open my mouth now, Brenny.
Go.
This is another prime example of why you don't take that first volley and go at the quote net guy, because neither one of you are at the net, right? So your opponent's first volley, he's behind the service line.
Yeah.
And it's not even a high volley. It's just below his shoulders. Yep. You're deep in the service box. He can't do enough damage on this to go at you. This is again something I coach a lot. Like, quit taking that unless you can close inside the service line. That ball's hanging and you can actually tune it. Don't waste your first volley like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think that.
Bonus. What's the right shot?
Well, I think it's.
I think you're ready. Outside, you're ready to go.
Oh,
you're ready to go.
No. I think when the ball's on the outside, forehand in this case, as opposed to the inside, I'm not 100% sure that. And if you're thinking middle, I just don't think the middle's cleanly open. I'm not saying that you're not going to win some points with this volley to the guy's forehand here, tying him up. I think you will. But I think you're better off. You're right. Taking this, getting around the outside of it, and just this guy's not coming in. Returner's not coming in. So why not play it somewhere, improve your court position, and go from there. So, and look, I got a little lucky on this one as well in terms of right there in the middle. So now the scramble's on.
But that's the beauty of the reflex volley, is that, you know, players are just instinctually squaring the racket and just reacting to it. And a lot of times it can actually, unless you have proximity on the player where you can outspeed his reflexes because you're close enough to him. A lot of times, you know, that reflex volley guy ends up flipping the point in his favor because everybody's kind of standing around.
Yeah.
You know, right, expecting it to be over. So anyway.
Nice comment there, Jeff, from Susan. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, listen, I hope you liked today's episode. If so, please click the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you're always alerted. I'm not sure how it works, but somehow you're alerted. At least I am. I've got some YouTube channels that I like to subscribe to that I get a little boom. Someone just uploaded a new video. Well,
yeah.
And there you have it. Look, just a reminder, if you've not picked up this free course, it's a 20-minute video. It describes my between points routine, very specific, what the 4 parts are, what the sequence is, and why I think it's super, super important that you start to manage that 80% of the matches, which is spent between points and on side changes. And when you do, like Jeff and I mentioned earlier, you're going to start consistently playing at the top of your current skill level. And once you do that for a while, you then have an opportunity to start to move up that skill level ladder to the next, whatever it is. All right, guys, hope this has been helpful today. 400, number 400, episode number, what's the right shot? 400 Friday. We dropped that on Friday, Jeff, and might be something cool going on that day. Just might be. Who knows? All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Jeff, you too, as always. Some great insights. Guys, it's time for us to get out there today. Help someone else have a great day. Guys, see you again next time.